Menu narration option is set to off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the sun has now found its home in the western sky, and it is Saturday night in Tiger Stadium, home of the LSU Tigers, one of the great venues in college football. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Stanford Cardinals, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Stanford about to tee it up to get this one going. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Here's why this was so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've...
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Looking to move it through the air. It's complete to the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
Handoff to the lone back. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Now, I love when players understand situations, and they understand where the first down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
They'll give it to him again. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint, and the ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
This Stanford offense moving quickly down the field. He wants to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open, quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism there.
He'll keep it himself. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football. So the quarterback says, you know what? I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me. I'm going to get upfield and find an explosive play.
He's going to pass. Working that left side now. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. The give. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
He's looking for an open man on second down. Picked off! And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
Really early in this game, you're seeing the ball hawks on both sides of the ball. Interception on the first drive of the game, and now they come out, and this defense gets a pick in return. There are a lot of dudes in the back end with speed, with the ability to close. What a phenomenal play by that young man just now to get the ball back to his offense.
Not much room there. They'll give him 1 to the 9.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Fast motion from the offense. Leaves it with the back. Drives into the pile just to pick up a 1. They'll spot it at the 10.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third down, going up top. He finds a dead spot in the middle. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages, it tells a huge story and goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. And after one, we're tied 0-0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Now the play fake. Pressure coming. They get to him as he throws. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on third down.
Well, the quarterback and his intended target just simply didn't have the timing there. The ball falls incomplete on third, now setting up fourth down.
Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw.
Looking for a huge play. He's got it at the 15. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
So after the huge chunk play, they've got it first and goal from the 10. Here's the give off the left side. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinal.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm. Well, LSU receivers are known for their swagger. That is swagger well earned after that one.
You go outside and you make plays. Like, listen, you have swag, you have confidence, and you usually get a little bit loud. So like, listen, feed me the rock. So many great LSU receivers in the past, and it's because of that swag.
That's a really nice run. One thing I love about him is he's got versatility. Reminds me of the guy I used to play against back in the day, Kevin Falk. He could catch the ball, he could run the ball, he could block, he returned kicks. He did everything for the LSU Tigers, and this guy, he's got that ability too. So many different tools in his toolbox.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
With jet sweep pass. Across the 10. Hit the afterburners, kid. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And it wasn't lack of effort by the running back. He was trying. You could tell he fought one guy off, but another guy in his face right away, just trying to do something. The offensive line needs to do a better job keeping some guys off his guy. Come on, man. Take care of your running back.
On second down, wants to throw. He makes the connection, and he's knocked down.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. They've been able to control the ball. This is the 7th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 3. The option look. He'll pitch it. Hard running there.
And that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both. Got it stopped. Now forcing a 4th down.
And the field goal unit will stay put as the head coach decides to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Gets open down the middle. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. He leaves it with the back. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Leaves it with the back. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4.
Yeah, you want to be physical. You want to assert yourself. And now listen, I know this is a top 5 defense against the run in college football, but you got to believe you can do it and continue to stay balanced and run the football and be physical down here in the red zone.
So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
I think it would be great if this offense leaned on the run game more in the red zone. Leaned on their back, man. Give it to him. Let him do his thing. He hadn't even gotten the end zone yet this season, so love to see him get that opportunity to maybe punch one in here.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Well, with this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have a nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last time out. He's really good down here close to the goal line finding creases.
Turning to the running game here on 3rd and goal.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you practice all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The head coach going to keep the offense on the field and go for it on 4th and goal. Trying to pound it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, LSU!
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And he's going to try to return this one. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to go up top on 1st down. He'll turn it loose out to the right. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains. It is a valuable tool to have a quarterback that can extend a play like that. But sometimes you're smart to be check down Charlie and just take something easy and not invite disaster.
Because when you roll out, you're rolling out, you're cutting the field in half, right? The defense starts to run from one side to where you're rolling out to. The field kind of shrinks, and it kind of becomes a little bit of backyard ball, and you could tell he forced that one in there. Didn't get the interception, thank goodness, but it wasn't a great decision.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Tigers will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll return it. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this. He's got it down the left. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
Maybe a little frustrated after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10 from the 38. They'll run it from the gun. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes one deep. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
On 4th and 7, analytics, gut feel, or maybe just wanting to keep the offense out there. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He'll take another shot here. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
They're trying to get to him. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Man, I love the decision-making right there. Like, drop back the pass, look for your shots. You don't see it, tuck it, get positive yards, makes the next down even easier. That is a great heads-up early down play for this QB.
Trying to pound it in. Touchdown, Stanford! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Number 36.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. First down here for the offense. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Trucks through the defender. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Here's the handoff. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Going to the ground. Keeps the legs moving. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking for space. It's Schrader. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
Coming after it. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
All kinds of running room. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the third quarter. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Notre Dame went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Irish always get everyone's best punch, but today they took that punch and delivered a knockout of their own. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off, he takes off, and gets a positive gain.
This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. It's complete to the right. Steamrolls his way ahead. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Going for it all. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinal.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. These running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. Quick pass on the jet motion. Nice move to stay on his feet. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the first down.
They think there's room to run to the right here. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Stanford 21, LSU 14.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing third down as they go back to work. They'll try to run for it. Breaks the tackle. So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42.
Man, it's nice to have a guy on short yardage situations you can turn and you can hand the ball to him. And you know he's not going to dance. You know he's going to be really physical, lower his shoulder. I don't care how many yards he gets. He just needs to get past that first down mark.
Nothing but green ahead. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right, you see that blocking and all the holes open up. That's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, They just pushed the defensive lineman back, got in the linebacker's laps, and man, oh man, it was brutal up front.
Well, the linebacker's showing you read and react. He knew exactly where that running play was going, and he beat the football to the line of scrimmage and forced the TFL.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting him to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen,
and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, LSU!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
The AT unit on the field. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. A 69-yard touchdown drive, and he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. He'll start this drive firing. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Makes the pass. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Hit as he throws. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and on money down defensively, you've got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
Tie game here late in the 4th. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on 4th down. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
Every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting in the fourth quarter, one-possession games, QB drops back and makes these first downs. These extra set of downs now become so much more important late in these ball games.
Steps away to find some room. He'll let one go down the right side. And he's got it inside the 25.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
They'll throw it on first down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra first downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the first down.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
Well, he's had the hot hand, 3 TDs in the game already. I like just force-feeding this guy the rock some more here, Paul.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been the more physical team. He does a really good job finding the end zone, running the football. That's why they've featured him today.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Pushes ahead. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
You can't hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. Hands it off. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
All right, 4th and short. You need a field goal to take the lead. There's less than a minute left right now. I don't think you get aggressive here on 4th down. Just kick the field goal to give yourself a chance to win this game.
They'll keep the kicker on the sideline, and the offense will try to get it done with a touchdown in the 4th quarter on 4th and goal. Trying to get to it. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass. They forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Going with the ground game left. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is the top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Right back to the well. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Tried to play it conservatively there, just get something moving forward. Instead, they got knocked in reverse.
And now you're in danger because you're only on your 1-yard line. You may have to throw the football, but you better have a clock going on. This defense, they're going to be coming like they did on that last play.
The right play here is try to win it in regulation. Don't be too conservative. Got to be careful here. Backed up this deep on 3rd down. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, and in this situation, trailing late, you know this is going to be the guy they throw the football to. He is one of the best receivers in all of college football. The defense needs to be anticipating the quarterback looking his way.
Go